Have you ever felt like your own mind is actually your biggest enemy? You know, that endless loop of thoughts, fears, and doubts that just holds you back? Well, today we are going to dive into some incredibly powerful, practical wisdom on how to seize control and really gain mastery over your inner world. So let's get right into it. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by facing the problem head on, the tyranny of overthinking. Then we'll get into an immediate solution, embrace a new and empowered identity, learn how to spot our real enemies, and we'll finish with a solid blueprint for building a strong life. Think of it as a roadmap from inner chaos to total victory. So let's kick things off with the first battleground. Like it says right here, your own thoughts can become your worst enemy. It's that constant, overwhelming noise in our heads, right? That loop of negativity and fear that can feel like it's holding us completely captive. Now, I want you to take a second and really honestly ask yourself this question. Do you decide what you think about? Or does your mind just kind of run on autopilot, dragging you through all these anxieties and worries that you never even chose to engage with? It's a really crucial first step to figure out who's actually in the driver's seat. Listen to how this is framed. Overthinking isn't just some harmless little habit, it's a dangerous game. When our mind is left totally unchecked, it doesn't just wander, it spirals. These pointless thoughts, they just drain our energy, they weaken our resolve, and they can genuinely lead to serious mental and emotional pain. This isn't just you being in your head, it's a truly destructive cycle. So, the big question is, how do we fight back against all this inner chaos? Well, our first move is surprisingly simple, but it is incredibly powerful. It's all about pulling our awareness out of all the anxieties about the past and the future and just anchoring it firmly in the here and now. Okay, I want you to think of this as an emergency brake for your mind. The second you catch yourself spiraling, the very first step is to consciously stop. Just refuse to give that negative thought one more second of your time. Step 2 is to immediately replace it. Fill that empty mental space with a positive mantra or a name that brings you a sense of peace. And third, focus. Pour every ounce of your attention into the task right in front of you, whether it's your work, a simple chore, or just a conversation. This 3-step process breaks the cycle and lets you reclaim your attention. And this right here, this is the core message. We so often act like we're just passive victims of our thoughts, as if there's some unstoppable force. But the truth is, you are the one who gives them power. You have the ability at any given moment to pull your attention away from the negative and place it on something constructive. That choice, that's your superpower. All right, now let's build on this, because this isn't just about playing defense against negative thoughts. It's about fundamentally shifting your whole identity from someone who is attacked by their mind to someone who is in command of it. Just look at this contrast for a second. The weak mindset is totally reactive. It gets tossed around by every little setback and every bit of praise. It's emotionally fragile. But the warrior mindset, that possesses a deep inner stability. It can face immense hardship without breaking and experience success without losing its balance. So which one do you want to be? This is basically a declaration of your inner sovereignty. It's a reminder that there's an inherent, unbreakable strength that lies deep within you. It's not about being arrogant. It's about recognizing that your true self is so much more powerful and resilient than the fleeting thoughts and emotions that try to dominate it. You literally possess limitless potential. To win any war, you have to know your enemy. And what's so fascinating here is that our real enemies, they aren't out there in the world. Nope. They operate from a command center deep inside of us. So here's the crucial point. The primary adversaries we face are the undisciplined mind and the unchecked senses. And here's the tricky part. They disguise themselves as your friends. The mind says, hey, you should really worry about this. And we just obey. The senses say, ooh, go chase that pleasure. And off we run. Recognizing them as internal forces that need to be managed, not masters to be obeyed, that is the absolute key to liberation. This really puts everything into perspective, doesn't it? I mean, you can achieve all the external success you can imagine. We're talking wealth, fame, power. But if you're still a slave to your own impulses and anxieties, you are fundamentally defeated. True victory, true conquest is an internal achievement. Everything else just follows from that. All right, so how do we take all this understanding and actually put it into daily practice? We need more than just ideas. We need a daily battle plan, a real training regimen to build the mental and spiritual muscle we need for this inner war. So this is a non-negotiable battle plan. It starts with physical discipline, like early morning workouts, because a strong body is what supports a strong mind. Next up is complete self-control over your impulses. This means avoiding all intoxicants that cloud your judgment and weaken your will. You also have to choose your company wisely. Surround yourself with friends who lift you up, not ones who drag you down. The plan also calls for preserving your vital life energy instead of just wasting it on fleeting pleasures. And finally, focus on your duties with absolute excellence. This combination, this is how real strength is forged. And this is especially crucial for young people. The choices you're making today, the habits you build, the discipline you cultivate, that's the raw material for the person you are going to become tomorrow. A youth that's spent just chasing quick thrills and avoiding discipline leads directly to an adult life that lacks real power and resilience. This is such a powerful wake-up call. It reminds us that we are not these fragile creatures meant to be broken by life's challenges. We are born with an immense capacity to endure and to overcome. We just have to decide to tap into that inner strength, to truly believe that we can crush every pain instead of letting it crush us. So, after all that, it all comes down to this one question. The knowledge, the tools, the inherent power to win this inner war, it's already inside you. It is your